evening, everybody. Excited to be live with you right here on Magnify Ministries broadcast. I am excited tonight because we have a very special program in store for you. I love this duo right here, the Journeys, and you're going to love them too. Let's bring Donna on right now. Hey, Donna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Andrew?
I am doing great. I tell you, I am just blessed and honored to have you here this evening.
Well, it's so good to see you up and going and glad to see you better. We've been praying for you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. So tell us a little bit to start off about the journeys, how y'all got started, and your amazing son Ben.
Well, I have been singing since I was about 3 years old. I started singing with my family. Then in 1986, my dad passed away with aortic aneurysm. And I had just graduated from App State with my teaching degree. So then I started teaching, and we started singing together, me, my sister, and another guy, Donnie Poplin, and we sang as Heaven Sent for almost 18 years. And then Ben, of course, was born. He was diagnosed with autism at 2.5, and I felt like my place was at home. So I stopped singing, started working with the children's choir, and doing stuff at my church, Fairview Baptist Church. And then as Ben got older, I noticed that he started showing a great interest in musical instruments, especially the guitar. And he learned to play. He taught himself to play. He taught himself piano. He plays piano, guitar, bass guitar, drums. He can play a little bit on the banjo. Basically, Ben can play just to get a tune out of about anything he picks up. So I was sitting at church one Sunday, and a group of singers were singing, and they had asked, could Ben get up and play the guitar with them? And I said, sure, if you think he can do it. So he did. He got up. I'll never forget that. He played Farther Along with that group. And something just said to me that Sunday, not something, but the Lord said to me that Sunday, if he can do that with you, Donna, he can do that with them. He can do that with you, Donna. So that's how the journeys got started. We've been going since 2012 and still going strong, coming up on, my goodness, 11 years, I guess.
Wow, that is amazing. So share with us a little bit about when you found out that Ben had autism. What emotions went through your mind at that time?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I had lost a child right before Ben. I was about 12 weeks, expecting about 12 weeks, and lost a child. I'm an insulin dependent diabetic. And at that time, I was already over 30 years old. So he was born in 1994. And I started seeing things that just wasn't right. I was a kindergarten teacher, so a lot of the things that I was seeing was not right for development of a child. And by the time he was 2.5, they diagnosed him, and it was just like, I don't know, a train run over us. I mean, we didn't know what to do. At that time, it was 1 in 1,000. Now it's like 1 in 36, I think it is. So it was not, it was well known, but it wasn't that well. I didn't know of anybody else around here that was autistic at that time. There was very few places to go and get anything done. If there was a place, it was a long, long waiting list. So we just decided he's God's. We're going to turn it back over to him and let him take care of this. And I just said, Lord, I don't know how you're going to use this, but I know you can use it in some way. And he has, definitely.
So, from that moment when you found out that he was diagnosed from autism to where he is now, did you ever think that he would be playing instruments and just having a great time?
I did not, Andrew. Of course, I had seen him up through the years. We always tried to encourage that love of music because he has loved music ever since he was just a baby. He loved to listen to music. He would pick up those little plastic the guitars with the little plastic strings, and he would hand them to me and want me to buy it, and I would, of course, buy it. And of course, it's gone now from those little things to Martin guitars. So but we always tried to foster that love of music and love of instruments, and let him try whatever he could try, and that definitely paid off.
So this past weekend, y'all had the opportunity to spend time at the Grand Ole Opry, and Ben got a special birthday shout out from somebody. Tell us a little bit about that.
He did. Well, on Ben's 21st birthday, a dear friend of mine, Scat Springs, up in Nashville, that I went to college with, he sang backup for Reba, Vince. I mean, he sang backup with everybody up there. He was one of the studio backup singers. And I called Scat and I said, Ben's favorite guitar player is Vince Gill. And I said, I was just wondering, we're going to be up there for his 21st birthday. And I was just wondering if there was any way he could meet Vince and get him to sign his guitar. Well, Scat called me back, and we were fixing to leave that Sunday morning. I didn't think it was going to happen, but Scat called me back, and he said, Vince wants you at his house at 10 o'clock this morning. He said, can you come? And I said, yes, I will be there. We still didn't tell Ben because he was coming in on a plane from somewhere. I think it was Texas. But we still didn't tell Ben until we drove up in Vince's yard. And I told him, I said, we got one more birthday surprise for you, Ben. And I looked at him and I said, this is Vince Gill's house and you're going to get to meet Vince. So that was his 21st birthday. Tomorrow is his 29th birthday. And I messaged Vince and I said, we're coming up for the Josie Awards. And I said, you're going to be there. And I got tickets for Ben. And I was wondering if you could give him a birthday shout out. And he did. I didn't even know if he'd gotten the message or not. But he gave Ben a birthday shout out and got everybody at the Grand Ole Opry to wish Ben a happy birthday. They had the spotlight on Ben, and it was a pretty big deal. And Vince has always been so good to Ben. So good.
So y'all have had a couple of busy things going on. You've been at the National Quartet Convention, and then you've been at the Josie Music Awards, in which you won Gospel Inspirational Duo of the Year. Share with us a little bit about that experience.
Well, it's kind of funny, Andrew. A lady contacted me back in the summer and wanted to know if I knew what the Josie Awards was. And I said, no, I really don't. She said, would you mind if I send y'all in two different categories? And I said, no, that would be fine if you want to do that. She said, well, I'd love to send Ben's video in, which she did. And it was nominated also. But there was like 25 other videos up for that video of the year. So we did not win that. But the duo of the year, we were sitting there. We had sit there. It was a 4-hour awards program. Of course, Ben was fine. He was in the Grand Ole Opry House, and he didn't care. He was enjoying it. And they had, of course, music, all different. It's all different genres of music. It is not just gospel. It's all kinds of music. And we were sitting there, and we didn't win the video. So I looked at Greg about 3.5 hours in, and I said, I'm about ready to go. Are you? And he said, we better wait. He said, I just got a feeling we better wait. So we did. And then this was a complete shock, Andrew. I mean, I was like, I had not prepared anything to say because I didn't think we were going to win it. I really didn't. First year nominated. I guess I just didn't have much faith. But then they called our name, and I was like, oh, Lord, you're going to have to tell me what to say because I don't have a clue. So walking up the steps, I was praying, going all the way up those steps. Lord, give me what to say, and he did.
You know, it's an incredible thing that the Lord just catches our mind. It's like off guard when we're not expecting it. That's when it's just like most likely to happen.
Well, and they told us after 30 seconds they would cut us off. which I think mine, I looked at it a while ago and it was 1 minute and 1 second. They did not cut me off. So I guess I was blessed. But I
Wow.
think for the time that I had, the Lord just really condensed it and let me get it all in that I needed to say to them that night.
So I understand y'all have a brand new single out. Hold on, Jesus will come. Share with us a little bit about the message behind that song and what inspired you to record it.
That is an old song that the Hayes family, not the Mylan Hayes family, but the old Hayes family. Mylan, his two sisters, and his mom and dad, I got to know them when I was in Boone in college, and I've always loved this song because they did that in their concerts right at the time that my dad passed away. And if you know that last verse of that song, you know that just really spoke to me every time I would go hear them sing, which was quite often. And I just, when we started to record this new CD, I brought that old album out and I thought, I want to do that because I've always loved that song and it ministered to me during that time that I had lost my dad. And we did it and it ended up being the single that we sent out, the first one off the new CD.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk about life off the road a little bit. Share with us what some of your favorite pastimes are when you're not on the road.
Well, I'm a DJ for New Journey Radio, so I actually do, let's see, the Blue Ridge Gospel Showcase 2 days a week at night, and now I'm doing Mayberry Mornings with Donna, which is 2 days a week in the morning, early morning. You have to get up early to catch that one. I also tape a program that I send in to about 8 or 10 different stations all over the country. And I do a lot of radio, so that's kind of a hobby. Ben's picking it up. He loves to come in and do his song pick, and Greg helps me, and we just have a good time. This building that you're seeing right now is Ben's music room. Of course, as you can see, we painted the back wall like the Grand Ole Opry, so there you go. He's always loved the Grand Ole Opry.
Which I'm sure he really enjoys that.
He does. He's got his drums back there, as you can see, and then his guitars are hanging along the wall over here. He's really enjoyed this out here. It's like a little studio for him.
So the holidays are coming up, and one thing that I like to ask each artist that comes on is, what is a favorite pastime, tradition, or something that you enjoy doing now with your family?
Well, Christmas morning, I cook at my house. I cook a big, huge, old-timey country breakfast. We have ham, tenderloin, the whole 9 yards on Christmas morning. And then right after that, I always either bake a little cake or make a little cupcake. And Ben, from a baby up, as soon as he could blow out a candle, we sing Happy Birthday, Jesus, and he blows that candle out, and we have birthday cake for Jesus. So that, and on our Christmas CD, he sings Happy Birthday, Jesus. So if you don't have that, you need to get a copy. He does a great job on it.
Well, Donna, it has been an honor talking with you. Share with us how we can book the journeys or find out more information about you all.
You can go on Facebook. It's The Journeys page. It's a couple of years ago, my Facebook page used to be Donna Bledsoe Journey. Well, somebody come in and took it over. When they took that over, it also messed up the Journeys page. Now, if you want to find me, it's just Donna Journey, and then The Journeys page, not just the Journeys, but The Journeys page. That is us. You can get us there. You can send me a message through there. You can also go to www.thejourneysgospel.org and you can send me a direct message. You can go to the store and look, see what we've got in there, the CDs and stuff to sell. You can book us through there. So that's the best way.
Well, Donna, thank you so much for being a guest tonight. You know I love y'all, and it's an honor every time I get to catch up with you.
Well, we love you too, Andrew, and you just keep getting better.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much. You have a blessed evening.
You too. Thanks, Andrew.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.